What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show, UFC 306. I cannot wait in Vegas at the Sphere, where they're only going to do it one time for the one time. I think this is great business for the UFC, even though this isn't a sold-out event. I just think the card is somewhat nice. It could be a lot better. I wish McGregor was on this card or somebody like that, but I think Sugar Sean O'Malley right now, 18-1. He's the current champion right now. He's fighting Merab, who's a dog, who's a beast. He's a great wrestler, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. But Sugar Sean came out with some interesting things he had to say the past couple weeks, saying, I could be better than McGregor one day. You know which? And I kind of was like, man, like, Sugar Sean O'Malley's kind of crazy. Then I thought, you know what? I mean, if Sugar Sean, if he wants to be as big as McGregor or bigger, he's going to have to move up in weight. He cannot stay at the weight that he's at 135, or what is it, 145, 135? Like, he's got to go up to 145, even 155. We have to realize Sugar Sean probably walks around about 170, 180, just out and about, you know, when he's not in training camp, when he's not doing this and that. So it's like, with Sugar Sean, when he cuts all this weight, it's like, bro, like, I get it. You're the champion now, but if you want to be as big as McGregor, I would love to see him go up in weight. Go up to 145. I'd love to see him and Max Holloway fight. That'd be a great fight. That would be a sellout fight next year sometime, because I think Holloway is going to handle business against Topuria next month. He's going to run through him. It's crazy. Like, Topuria fans thinks he hits harder than Justin Gaethje. That's insane to me. Like, come on, bro. You're a 45er. Gaethje's a 55er, hits like a freaking light heavyweight. So, like, there's a difference there in levels of just the casual MMA fans out here that really don't understand the true MMA and what MMA really is and how it's about. But Sugar Sean, man, I just like his story. Why do I like it? Because he's been the underdog since he came in. He's been that dog. He's been the guy that's been doubted. He's every Caesars, you know, you got Caesar Sportsbook, you got FanDuel, you got all these different types of things where it's like he's been the underdog. He really has. So I love his story, man. And he's been underdog in this fight. He's the current champion. He was underdog literally like a week ago, where it's like, holy cow, and it's almost even money. So it's just like, man, that's crazy. They're just doubting Sugar Sean O'Malley. They just want him to fail and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, that is crazy to me. He should not be doubted like the way he's doubted right now. Like, Sugar Sean really is that guy. So I think the difference with Sugar Sean, he has great takedown defense, and he can move. His footwork is great. It's excellent, and obviously his stand-up's one of the best. I would say Max Holloway has the best stand-up game in the UFC, him and Alex Pereira. Then I would go number 3, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I mean, he's right there. I mean, Sugar Sean beat Pierre Yan. So did Merab. He beat him as well. You know, he beat Aljamain Sterling. You know, in Jose Aldo, Merab beat him. So I think if Merab takes this fight to the ground and controls the ground game the whole fight, he's going to win this fight. You know, but it's easier said than done. When you get in there inside the octagon, it's just different, bro. It's just a different feel. No, we can't really relate to it. We can say that we relate to it. I've never been a UFC fighter or octagon fighter, so I can't say that I can feel their pain, because we can't. Like, we can't. We don't know how does it feel to take a leg kick to the shin. We don't know how does it feel to take a leg kick to the chin, to the calf. Like, we don't know if our leg's going to buckle up, and then what? Then what are we going to do if our leg starts to buckle up and we can't even move? Like, there's a difference there, bro. Like, I just think overall, man, these guys are warriors, win or lose, no matter who they are. To step inside the UFC octagon, you have to have some balls. Really, you do. You just have to have some big kahunas. Even if you're a woman, you got to have that. You got to have that heart. You got to have that will to, I'm going to die in here. If it takes me to die, I'm going to die in here. But in this championship matchup against Sugar Sean and Merab, I like Sugar Sean right now. I do. Just him being doubted, the underdog story the whole time. I think if he stuffs the takedowns of Merab, I think he's going to win this fight. So Merab's big thing is, you know, he gets caught. There's some fights where he got caught. So if he can't take Sugar Sean down early in this fight, he's going to start to lose confidence. And that's when Sugar Sean really picks his spots. And Sugar Sean even said it the best. You know, I don't go in there and rush a knockout. I take my time. I feel my opponent out. And I find his weaknesses, dissect his weaknesses, and then attack. And we saw that in the Aljamain Sterling fight. Aljamain kept going on the aggressive side. He ended up shooting for, you know, overhand right, Aljamain, and Aljamain he even knew at the time, well, oh man, I messed up. He saw it coming and it was too late. And it was just perfect timing from Sugar Sean just to time that right hand perfectly right on Aljo's chin and just knocked him out right then and there and got the belt. So I just think O'Malley, man, I like him. I think he's great for the UFC, great for the business. As far as the biggest star right now, it's still McGregor, although I do think Sugar Sean has the potential to become the biggest star. You have to win this weekend, though, obviously, but he can do it. I don't doubt Sugar Sean. I really don't. I'm not going to doubt him now, so I never will. So I'm not going to do that. But I just think against Merab, a guy like this, a guy that likes to utilize ground and pound, which is big in MMA. It's king, I think. If you know wrestling and you can take your opponent down anytime you want, you're going to win the fight typically 80% of the time. However, it's getting them down. Can Merab get Sugar Sean down? And if he does, can he control the ground game? Can he keep him there? Can he utilize his ground and pound the whole time for a whole round? Not just one round. We're talking this is a 5-round fight, championship fight. So this is a huge fight for both guys. So this is going to be interesting to see. But I think Sugar Sean handles business. He's going to go in there. He's going to time it out perfectly. I'm saying Sugar Sean by knockout. And if this is decision, Sugar Sean will win. But I'd be surprised if that does happen. I'd be very surprised if Sugar Sean takes this the decision. I just don't see it happening. I just don't, bro. So I like Sugar Sean by knockout or decision, but definitely a knockout over Merab. And it's going to be interesting. Sugar Sean has so many opportunities here. He could stay there or go to 145, fight the winner to Topuria Holloway, which I do think it'll be Max that takes that crown back, takes the belt back, and I think we see a mega fight next year. We see a mega fight and put them on the same card. It'll be bigger than UFC 300. Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Then we got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Max Holloway. That'll be crazy, dude. Those are the top two fights right there on one card. They should do it next year during International Fight Week, in the summer. I think that'd be great for the UFC and Dana White. They could cook something up, but that'd be silly. That'd be great business if they do that and put both of them on the same card. But I like Sugar Sean at UFC 306. And then we got Alex Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. This is a great matchup. They have history. They fought each other twice. Their first fight was in March 23rd last year. And Alex Grasso choked out Valentina. She really did rear naked choke in the 4th round, which I was surprised because Valentina's been in the trenches. She fought Amanda Nunes twice, obviously lost by decision twice. Amanda Nunes, the greatest female fighter of all time in the UFC. Shout out to Amanda Nunes, the lioness, the GOAT for women's fighting. But, as far as this fight goes, I'm leaning more towards Valentina right now. She's 23-4-1 in the UFC. And Alex Grasso, she's nice. She's really nice, 16-3-1. But Alexa Grasso, I don't know. She's great in ground game, but I just think when it comes to the stand-up game here, she might try to just be a little too finesse. And it's just like, I don't want that to happen. I think they're both going to handle business, but I'm leaning more towards Valentina. I really am. I like her stand-up's a lot better, and I just think she's going to get her belt back. She's a former champ. She was the champ before Grasso. So, let that sink in. This is going to be another great fight. This is kind of like a 50-50 fight, really, something like that. But I'm going Valentina. That's what my gut's telling me. I don't know why. I think she's going to win by knockout here. It's going to be a masterclass. I can't wait for that matchup. And then we got Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega is 16-3 in the UFC. Diego Lopez is 25-6. Diego Lopez is on a 4-fight win streak. Look, this fight was supposed to happen about 3 months ago. If you guys forgot, this fight, Brian Ortega pulled out on the same day of the fight. I think he was sick or something. Maybe his coochie hurt. I don't know. But, Brian Ortega, it's like, come on, bro. You're not the next Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev been pulling out of fights, for I don't know how long, dude. When was the last time Chimaev fighted? Please tell me, dude. I don't know. It's been so long, dude. The dude, to me, that was one of the biggest hype trains I've seen yet. Chimaev, he came in the UFC fighting 4 or 5 times a year. Then all of a sudden, he misses weight one fight. He's 8 pounds overweight. He's laughing at it, laughing about it. This is a $1 billion organization, bro. You're laughing about that. Then he pulls out of the Robert Whittaker fight about 5-6 months ago, laughing about that. So it's come on. And you want to fight Duplessis, that 185 champion, Chimaev, and you can't make weight? Make it make sense, bro. This is real business here. I just think Chimaev, in a way, kind of took it like this is just a fun game, really. This is the fight game. I get it. He's a great grappler, but it's all right, Chimaev, let's see what you're about then. Stop missing weight. Stop pulling out of fights because you got a COVID or, health issue, whatever the case is. It's if you want to be the GOAT, let's see it here. Did we see Jon Jones when he first came into the UFC pulling out of fights? Absolutely not, dude. I just think it's crazy with all the Chimaev fans over here just hyping him up. And it's dude, the dude's fought what, twice in the past 2 or 3 years? Really? Like, when's the last time Chimaev fought? I can't even remember, dude. It's crazy, right? Insane. But Brian Ortega, he fought Max Holloway. That was a clinic. Max Holloway just taught him how to stand up and box the whole time. But I think Brian Ortega, if he gets Diego Lopez down, it's wraps. But I just think, man, I've underestimated Diego Lopez for a very long time now. When I first seen him on the scene, kind of feminine when he's doing the weigh-ins, and I was like, man, this guy seems kind of weird, dude. Like, kind of like just real feminine, like a girl would do. And then I saw him fight, and I'm like, okay, like the flip switched here. Like, dude, Diego Lopez is a dog. He's 25-6. He fought his first UFC fight. He fought a top 15 guy. So, like, and he took him to the trenches there. Even though he lost his first fight, still, though, I just think right now, man, I'm leaning more towards Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega already said if he wins, he's going to go up in weight, which is good for Brian Ortega. He's probably a slight favorite right now. But I just think, man, with Diego Lopez, bro, what I've seen from him, you know, definitely I think he fought at UFC 300 as well. It was one of them like, dude, he is legit. He fights with that passion, that hunger. He really does. He brings the fight to you. He has a great stand-up game and great footwork. He's just quick on his feet. He could just do so many different things. So, you know, shout out to Diego Lopez. And I'm going to go Diego Lopez with the upset here at UFC 306. I'm going Diego Lopez. I'm going Valentina for that championship fight. And then we got the main event, the Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm telling you, I'm going Sugar Sean. He has the possibility, but it's going to be a long shot to be a bigger star than Conor McGregor, bro. That's something. Like, Conor McGregor's going to be a billionaire in about 5 years from now. Like, he's not worried about that. I think McGregor's more of a businessman right now than a fighter. So I do think it's a possibility as the fight goes, the fight game. But when we talk business here, I don't think Sugar Sean has that capability yet to pass McGregor. I mean, McGregor's at what, like in the top 5 UFCs, he's in like what, 4 of those, like, or top 10, he has like 5 or 6. It's crazy. Like, McGregor, business-wise, for Dana White, he already knows that he changed the game. He really did. So I want to say shout out to Sugar Sean and Conor McGregor, but I like Sugar Sean to retain his belt at 135. You heard it from Cap, no cap, UFC 306. Let's go!